You got any more questions, wife? You sure? All right. Let me know if you got another question. Hands out here looking ashy, man. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope you guys having a great weekend. Today we are going to be talking about facing our fears. What's up, Billy Saunders? We are going to be talking about facing our fears, and the title that I have for it is just going to be called "What's on the Other Side of Fear." What is on the other side of fear? So, I'm just going to start off first by defining what fear is, just a generalized definition of what fear is. Girl, my dog is over here going crazy. So, fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat. And then I looked up just the acronym of fear and exactly what fear is. And an acronym for fear, if it helps you just remember it a little bit better, is false evidence appearing real. So it's just fake things in front of you, but it gives off the presence that this is real and that this is the real deal, but it's actually fake. Think of it as an illusion if you want. So fear can cripple you of so many things in life. Fear can cripple you of opportunities. Fear can cripple you of work opportunities. Fear can even cripple you from dates. If there's a beautiful girl that you want to talk to, or a girl that you had the opportunity to talk to, and you just too afraid to ask her out, like that's fear. Fear can cripple you, and I've had that happen to me so many times, so many times. Just too afraid to talk to people. I've missed out on so many opportunities with work and different careers and just building and networking with different people just because I was too afraid to talk to them. A lot of information and a lot of knowledge that I could have missed out, that I possibly could have missed out on, or that I did miss out on, just because I was too afraid to just say hello to somebody. But I always like to tell this story when I say what's on the other side of fear is when we went to Thailand for my honeymoon, or for our honeymoon. Um, if any of those of you who know me well know that I can't swim and that I'm like petrified of water, like I'm horrified of water. Like don't talk about swimming, don't talk about jumping in no pool because I'm gonna be the last one there. I might stay on the little 3 foot side or the kiddie side and be cool with that, but yeah, I'm not swimming. Like I'm not doing that. So we went to Thailand, and I think my wife told me about the excursions in advance or whatever. And knowing me, I was probably yeah, whatever. Like, all right, cool, yeah, we do that. But we're there. We're finally there, and I'm like, what we got planned for today? I think this is our first excursion. I'm like, what we got planned for today? And she's like, oh, we're doing sea canoes. And I thought about it, I was like, sea canoes, like the sea. That's actual sea. Like it's a big body of water. I'm like a canoe. That's like a little slender boat. Like I'm a big dude. Like I'm not about to just get in no sea canoe. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, what you mean by a sea canoe? Like what does a sea canoe look like? What kind of wood is it made of? Like this is my life that we talking about here. She's like, oh, it's not wood. It's just like a raft. So you're telling me that we're about to be in the sea against jagged rocks with a little plastic canoe? And she's like, yeah. So we get there and I'm freaking out the whole time, y'all. Like, I think from the day we landed, that's the only thing I could think about. I was like, man, we about to go to Thailand and I'm about to lose my life. I am about to lose my life out here in Thailand in this freaking sea canoe. So we get there and yeah, it just amplified even more after seeing the canoe because it was like, I promise you, the raft was like literally, it's like this big. Like it was no room for error in that raft. Like I'm like, bro, I'm looking at the dude. I told him, and I'm like, bro, you make sure you get me back safely, get me back alive, and I will give you however much money you want, bro. Because when I'm telling you, the waves on that freaking in the ocean in Thailand was ridiculous. We were in Phuket, and it was like crazy. So we're going along, and I think it was maybe like a 3 hour excursion or whatever, just going through the different tours and things like that. And I was afraid. Like Janae was trying to talk to me the whole time. She's like, "Oh, babe, look at this pretty bird over." I'm like, "No, don't like no. It's none of this talking and enjoying and taking in the scenic route and taking in the scenery. It's none of that right now. Like I'm about to lose my life. I'm about to die, and you want me to sit here and look at trees and monkeys and birds and otters and all this other stuff? No, like I'm gonna just sit here and lay." And I'm gonna just pray before God. Like I'm gonna just pray to him and tell him like, hey, this ain't how I'm trying to go out. So we finally get to like maybe I think our third tunnel. Like so we're they whatever cave tunnel, same thing. We get to the we get to the tunnel, and number one, the boat is parked all the way out in the ocean, like in the middle of the ocean, and we get on the raft, and the guide, he has to like paddle you all the way to the canoe into the tunnel or whatever. So we get to that tunnel, and I'm just like, man, this is actually pretty dope. This is actually pretty amazing. Like I'm having a great time. Like we get through the tunnel and it's just like it opens up and it's like the sun is shining through. You can see the rays and everything. You can see all the nature. You can see all the wildlife. And I was just like, wow, this is an amazing time. But this is like the last 20-30 minutes of the excursion, and I'm finally trying to talk to Ned about it. And she like, don't talk to me now. Like you done just messed up my whole vibe just being here fearful of nothing. Like, we've been in good hands the whole time. I having a life vest. She was like, nothing's happened. Like, you never went overboard. You just sat there and it's a great time, but you're letting fear rob you of this amazing time and of this amazing adventure. And then that's when they hit me right then and there at time. I'm like, dang, what's on the other side of fear? So it really gave me the opportunity to kind of step a little bit out of my comfort zone when it came to different things. Cause it's like, right then, and that was 2019, December 2019. I was like, man, how many things have I missed out on in life just being too afraid to take the first move or being too afraid to take the first step? Even this, like, I'm like, man, that's a lot to do. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, but that's just fear. So, forget what people say and think when it comes to fear, because when it comes to like work or when it comes to stepping out and doing other things, or even with this podcast, like my thing was I don't know how to talk in front of people like that. I don't know how to tell stories or how to give a lecture or how to just talk and forget it. Like what are people gonna say about me? What are they gonna think about me? Are they gonna judge me? Are they gonna talk about me because this isn't something that's new to me? But when it comes to fear, if you continue to play into what people think and continue to play into what people might say, because fear says an unpleasant emotion that can be caused by the belief. So it's a belief. It doesn't mean that it's something that's set in stone. It's a belief of what we think and what we believe. But forget what people say, what they may say about you, because you don't even know if they're going to be talking about you, and forget what they might think about you, and just do it. Don't let fear take you or rob you of the opportunities of your life or cripple you of the opportunities of your life and have you miss out on some of the best moments in life. Like don't be like me. Cupcake, Choji, come here. Don't let fear allow you to miss out on some of the best opportunities. Hey, don't allow fear to have you miss out on some of the best opportunities of your life. I used to be, like I said, I used to be afraid of what people thought about me and what people may say about me, but not anymore. I'm not going to live my life tailored to what people are saying and what people are thinking about me, because why would I do that? I have my own life, but yet I'm going to stop what I'm doing, or I'm going to tailor and change around my whole life just because of what you say and what you think about me, or an opinion that you may give me that may not actually be valid, or may not actually be true, or may not actually be the case. What's up, man? How you doing, D? And it's just like fear can take that from you. Fear can have you believing things that will never come true. Like my worst fear was in that sea canoe was that I'm gonna die. Like, I'm about to fall off in this ocean and I'm gonna drown with the life vest on and with trained professionals. I'm gonna fall off in the ocean and I'm gonna drown with the life vest and trained professionals around. But it never happened. We were never close to falling off the sea canoe. We were never close to anything tragic happening. Like, like I say, every time it's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. And we want to go back for our 5-year anniversary, and we're like, I want to do that again. Like I have to do that again because it's such an amazing experience. And that's why I always say what's on the other side of fear, because you never know what can happen. You never know the kind of memories that you can make from just jumping out. So if you have a business, if you have an idea, if you have anything that's in your mind and that you want to learn more about or you want to do more about, but you're allowing fear to stop you, who's missing out from that product? Who's missing out from that opportunity that you have, but you're allowing fear to cripple you and to stopping you. So I want to leave you guys with a question, and it's going to be, what could you accomplish if there was no fear? What could you accomplish if you had no fear in your life? And who could you be if you had no fear in your life. And that's so you could do anything in the world, but you had no fear. You didn't care about what anybody said. You know, it's just, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it. Who could you be? What could you accomplish? And the last thing that I want to leave you guys with is I remember when it comes to fear, when it comes to doing things and we don't tackle it or we don't face our fears head on, you're going to end up having to deal with your fears and face your fears later on in life. Like what I had to do. I was 27 at the time when I got married, and I had to face my fears of not learning how to swim when I had a whole 27 years prior, or 25 or 24 years prior to learn how to swim. But I didn't want to face that fear because I was like, man, that's too scary for me. And I had to face it head on at a moment's whim, at a moment's notice, when it's not even that bad. You know, it doesn't take much to just take a swimming lesson and learn how to swim and just conquer my fear and be able to pass that on to my kids and teach my kids how to swim. I'll be able to take them to the pool. You know, at this moment, if I had a child right now, I wouldn't take them to a water park, because what am I gonna take them to a water park for? I can't swim. So it's just things like that. But when you don't face your fears, I always like to use metaphors and analogies. I remember one day I ate food or whatever, right? And I think I was just on the move, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna clean this bowl out. You know, I'm gonna just put some soap and water in it, and I'll leave it for when I come back later or whatever. And came back home, and I went to the sink to go wash the bowl out, and I had the soap and water in it, but it left mold and mildew. And I'm like, ugh, like that's nasty. It stunk. Like it was bad. I'm like, what the heck? I just ended up throwing the bowl away, I think, or whatever. Or I had to use bleach or something to clean it out. But anyway, it's a metaphor that says what happens when you leave fear in your life, or what happens when you don't conquer your fears, or when you don't confront your fears head on. You leave it for a later day, however late that day may come. That could be 2 days, 3 days, that could be a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line. And you come back to confront that fear head on, or you come back to confront that face on, and it's like it leaves such a foul aroma, it leaves such a foul stench. And it's like now you have to do more cleaning up. You have to do more work to put into confronting that fear, rather than if you would have just dealt with it when it first happened. You know, if I would have just cleaned the bowl when it first happened, it took 2 minutes to clean a bowl. Now I have to waste about 25 minutes or 30 minutes trying to clean this bowl, make sure that I get all the mold out, make sure I get all the mildew out, make sure I put bleach and make sure it's sanitized properly. I have to waste more time putting in more hard work and more effort, rather than if I would have just fixed it or I did it the first 5 minutes ago, you know, or 5 minutes when it happened. So if you guys enjoyed this message, please, if you guys know any kids or any single mom that's raising a young man within the ages about, let's say, 8 to any age range, 8 to 20, 8 to 22, any young man, any young boy that you think will find this message or just what I'm talking about in general beneficial, please make sure you share this over to them. Once again, this is just a podcast series that I want to talk about. If you go back on my Instagram or my YouTube, or on my Facebook or my Twitch channel too, you can see a lot of the videos that I do. And it's just, the first one is the intro to who I am. The second one is becoming your own man. And then this one is just facing your fears. Next week, I'm going to have a couple of guests on here, and we're going to talk about, dealing with the emotional trauma and the emotional hurt of healing from not having a male in your life, or not having a father figure in your life, or not having a positive father figure in your life. And I just think it's something that's really going to be beneficial to a lot of the kids growing up. That way, then they don't have to face the same issues and the same pains and the same heartaches and hit the same roadblocks that a lot of me, myself, and my friends went through growing up. So if you guys like this, please make sure to share this video to your friends. Make sure that they like it, subscribe it, force them to watch it if you got to do that. I'm cool with that. Make sure you just sit them down and force them to watch it. But yeah, if you guys like it, just make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate all you guys. Take care.